Anybody want to sit in front of me and do a little bit of work? Or if anybody comes up, because at the moment I've got your energy as a whole, so if you come up it will be as an individual. You just get the support of the group, but I will work just with your energy on a deeper level than you're experiencing at the moment. So in other words, I'll feel more of what's going on for you, and it would be around that.
I'll come up if there's no one else that really wants to come up. You know, I want to get my money's worth.
On his lap.
Yeah, sorry, I mean, this is the puppet.
About here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is quite close.
Yeah, probably need to be.
Really? Okay.
But the door's just over there.
This is close.
You're not used to this close?
No, probably not, no.
Okay, take a nice deep breath. What happens to you when you take that breath? Do you feel that's a deep breath?
That wasn't a particularly deep breath, no.
Okay. So a nice deep breath. Okay, good. That's a lot better. Just one more. Okay, ask me a question.
Well, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I know we covered it briefly earlier, but it's just this letting go thing for me. It's just this kind of faith bit. I just want to try and intellectualise.
Well, feel, not intellectual.
Understand if it's faith or what is it, you know, that's going to enable me to.
If we give it a name,
go.
Does it make it easier for you to let go of that?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So what do you want to call it?
It's it. We'll call it faith. We'll call it faith.
Okay, let's find another because you're not happy. Let's look at it as a feeling. Where in your body would you find that feeling that you feel interferes with your ability to let go?
It's a hard one. I suppose it would be in my head, I think.
Okay. What about in this part of your body? What feelings you get there?
It feels tight around the chest. I suppose it's kind of anxious kind of feeling.
Okay, that's where your holding on is. So your holding on stops you letting go.
Yeah.
So it's generated by your head, but the feeling's being held there. So let's say we forget about the concept of you letting go and just work on the feeling of it. So if we work on this bit here, okay? So we get rid of that and you've let go. Do you get it? You don't have to think about it at all. You don't have to name it or anything. It's just a feeling because they're all energy. So that's a feeling you've got there that's stopping, okay? Do you get that? Close your eyes. Okay, tap you there. How's it feel to do that? Does that get tighter or does it get looser?
Looser.
Okay, cool. Now breathe. How does that feel?
Same, looser.
Okay, so you just let go. You don't have to think about a single thing, do you?
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. You know, the thing that we do when we find a concept to match our fear, to match what we feel we should feel to get what we want. So if we think, oh, I really want that, we make it tough on ourselves. So, for example, if someone comes up to the street and says, here you go, Mark, there's a fiver, you go, oh, okay, don't expect to think like that. But if someone comes up and says, there you go, Mark, there's 50 grand, you go, whoa, hold on a minute. But the concept is the same. But your idea of it, your concept of the concept is different. And now when I do that, you go tight again. Oh, I feel your tightness here. So you're this bit, well, it makes sense, it makes too much sense, so it makes so much sense, I want to make it tighter and tighter and tighter. Get it? Okay, breathe. And you're not talking. Now that's another sign. When you do that, it's like, I'm not going to talk. Because if I talk, I have to let that energy go. Get it?
Well, yeah,
Do you feel it?
It's not something I'm aware of.
But you feel it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I have a certain level of sensitivity.
Okay. But it's not easy for you to be overly tactile, is that what you
No.
Right, so that's where the situation lies. You see?
Okay.
So what you're saying is I am a sensitive person, but I have it's not easy for me to show that sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yet it is because you just speak enough and you're sitting in front of all these people.
Yeah, well, they're outside my peripheral vision, so I'm
But you know.
yeah.
So, okay, so when someone's it's quite easy. People that aren't sensitive should make sure they surround themselves with things that aren't sensitive, and people that are sensitive should surround themselves with things that are.
Okay.
So that would be my primary concern for you.
Okay.
And I found that anything that, if you are sensitive and you find what your passion is, you'll make money at that regardless. It doesn't have to be a secondary gain.
Okay.
So that would be the first thing I would look at.
Right. Okay.
That's much more easy, actually. It's much easier for you to approach it in that way than try and approach it in the other way.
Right. Okay. So, don't try and turn something you're not passionate about into a passion. Find the thing you're passionate
It's
about.
impossible. It's like someone saying, you learn to love me. That's an impossible thing. So, yeah, you can do it your way, but know that it's a lot harder to do it that way because you're trying to be passionate about something that comes off the back about something you're not passionate about. So you're trying to go behind the wall to get your prize to come back in front of the wall again. And every week and every job is the same thing. So you can't really see. It's like, say you work 40 hours a week and you've got 40 jobs and at the end you go, great, I've got great money. You only get that great money feeling when you've got your money when you go behind the wall of what you're not passionate about. So the enjoyment you get is actually very fleeting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'd say to you first thing to consider is why face that wall in the first place?
Then it comes back to the thing you got to find what your passion is. You know, several people here have spoken. They say that's my passion. They can put their finger on it and say this is my passion.
Yeah.
I haven't got that.
But you need all the time that you are doing what you're doing. You haven't got the emotional time left to find something you're passionate about.
Okay.
So you need to step out of what you're doing. For some people it's only a brief period, like a day, a week, a month. And that realisation, it's accepting and acknowledgement of your emotional situation. Right? So if you can go, actually this job isn't for me in so many ways, in fact the only way it is for me is that stuff that's behind the wall, once a week, and I'm not even certain of that. Then you can see how much of the sensitive side of your nature, of your life, you're actually negating by that brief moment of what is that anyway, that just allows you to continue doing what you're doing in the first place.
This is something that I'm concerned about, the fact that, I am closer to death than birth. And
God knows what makes me do.
well, so this is a conversation I had the other day, saying to my wife, why am I bothered about this shit? What's it all about? I feel as though I am wasting what time we have here.
Cool.
For what?
And that's it for what? So, you can look at the alternatives without having to change the formula. You can come away from this tunnel vision that you've got, because that's what it is, isn't it? And you can come out of that and say, well, maybe possibly I could do something else that I really want to do. And no, you don't even have to do that if you choose to stay in this tunnel vision with a job you already have. Okay? So it's not life-threatening. It doesn't actually change anything. All we're asking you to do is use your feeling to come up with a concept other than the one you've got with your head about doing it this way.
Okay.
And that's it. Considering your feeling options rather than your intellectual ones.
Okay.
That for me is what I really want to help people with, is that moment when they don't sit at the bottom of the bed and go, I wish I had done this. So it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you have a passion and a resonance with doing it. In order to be fully alive. You can be, you can live your life fully alive, half alive or dead. There's loads of dead people walking around, fast asleep in comas and dead. Actually the range for that part is much bigger. There's probably about 70-80% of people doing that. And if that's the group you want to be in, and say that's what I really want, I want to be half dead, I want to be asleep, that's absolutely fine. But don't fool yourself into thinking that anything other than that. Don't fool yourself into thinking, I'm having a great life because I hate going to work for 40 hours a week and I'm grumpy most of the time, but I do get this money at the end of the week that allows me to maintain this grumpiness for the rest of the week and the rest of the week and the rest of the week.
You've spoken to my wife then. Or are you just picking it up on that? Yeah, no, I
She
get.
told me to stay.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But I'm just kind of wondering whether or not we put a lot of focus in our job and what we do, don't we? And I'm just wondering whether or not you are able to do a job that ticks certain boxes, and then you get your buzz elsewhere. Do you know what I mean?
You can do that.
You know, does it all have to be? Do you have to spend your every waking hour in your passion, doing your passion, or can you just say, this is just what I do, this is what I do, and then I do these other things, and that's where I get my pleasure?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can. I mean, I could say to myself that I really want to be happy just 10% of the time and pissed off 90% of the time, but I choose not to do that.
So I've either got to change it or put up with it.
Always, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I can work with someone and they'll say, I hate my job, this, that, the other. And one guy's really sticking out, and he was doing this, I forget what hobby he was doing, he said, and I do this every weekend, I'm at the bottom of the garden in my shirt and I'm making this stuff. And I said to him, have you ever considered doing that for a living? He said, well, it's my hobby. Why would I do it for a living? And he couldn't get the idea that, perhaps you can do something you really love full time rather than fitting it around things you really don't want to do at all. So yeah, you can be selective. You can say, I only want 10%.
But it means that you spend a lot of time at work, so obviously it's a big part of your life, isn't it? So you've got to try and make that work for you.
But when you consider sleep and work, that takes up the majority, doesn't it? So anything you can work around with either of those two things is pretty good, isn't it?
Okay.
Do you think you could do something better than you do already if you had a passion in it?
I think that this is what I was just speaking to Leon about. It's just having the break. Is about when you do something that you're passionate about, your energy is just constantly there, isn't it? You're just enthused,
Yeah.
And otherwise everything's just hard work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, I think that if you find your passion, you got boundless energy for it, because it's just what you want to do.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, if someone's come along and say, I'll give you an injection of passion, and you've got this, then to do this other thing to do other than you're doing, okay, it's new ground, you don't know quite what you're doing at the moment, but you find that exciting rather than fearful, would you go for it, or would you stay with what you got?
At the moment, I probably would go for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, in order to get that, we sort of touched on with something else with the energy that you throw out. So in order to get that, you have to be in that available space to get that information that contains your passion.
Okay.
Do you get that? So you have to be in that mindset.
Okay.
And
just be receptive.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like you find that a lot when people. For example, when I work with people, I'll say something to them, and they won't get it. And then some weeks I'll keep saying it, and all of a sudden they'll go, Christ, I get it. You have to be ready to get it. So you might be ready tomorrow morning, you might wake up and go, what am I doing? I want to do this instead. But you have to allow yourself to be in that place to do it. Don't sit, please, in that place where you're settling for. What's the point of settling for? I don't get settling for. It doesn't make any sense to me. At all. So, if you want to, quite simply, if you want to enjoy your life more, find something you enjoy doing more in your life.
Okay.
And it's the fear. It's the fear that stops you doing that. So take away the fear. Keep doing what you're doing, but spend a lot of time outside of that zone, imagining what it is you might like to do. And if you find what you would like to do, you will make it work. That's a natural process of nature. You will make it work.
Okay.
You will make what you're doing now work, but only in terms of getting the money that's behind the wall, because that's what you've decided. That's all that can happen with that. Nothing more can happen with that. And the danger with that is that you'll be doing your 40 hours of picking up the money that's behind the wall, and then you'll be going, but now I want a car because my life isn't quite as happy as I thought it might be, getting 40 hours a week and getting this money, so I also need a holiday and a bigger house. So you work more hours and get more pissed off to get a bigger pot of money just to continue the other thing that you don't want to do.
Yeah, I've kind of been through that process before, earning money and having things and understanding that didn't really have any inherent value. So I think I've not come full circle, but I do understand that those things don't give you any pleasure, or it's only very short-term pleasure. So with regards to money, it's more kind of the experiences that I can have rather than the things that I can have.
Cool.
So that's what money is for me, really.
But you're not living that life.
No, I'm not. No, not at the moment. No.
Oh, I like that last bit. Not at the moment. That's like not yet.
Yeah.
So that means you've got to change your concept. Or what you've got to do is you already have the concept. You already understand the concept. I'm not giving you something you don't understand because you've already lived it. But you're not listening to what you've lived. Or you're not carrying out what you've lived, what you've learned.
Or not connecting the dots.
No, because like when people like go 6 years out of holiday and they have a holiday and they think, oh God, why haven't I gone for 6 years? I'm definitely having one next year. And they go back to work and don't have one for another 6 years. They go back in that cycle. So you know the law of how you work. You know the law of how you work. Money doesn't give you the pleasure you wish it gave to you, but it does satisfy the insecurities that we all feel as human beings in our life, especially when we have children. So you get the fundamentals covered. But hey, what's that worth? You know what that's worth because you've done it already. You're still carrying out that process.
So what's the alternative to living on a kibbutz? Do you know what I mean? This is the world we live in, isn't it? And this is what I kind of struggle to kind of work out is we work in the material world. We've got to pay the bills. We've got to do this. We've got to, these are things that we need to achieve.
But I'm not saying you don't earn money. I'm saying earn money from something you're passionate about rather than something you're dispassionate about. Do you think I'm passionate about what I do?
Yeah.
I earn money.
Okay. Alright, but do you earn enough money to do the things you want to do?
Absolutely.
Or is that because you've tapered the things down you want to do because of your income? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
It's chicken and egg, isn't it?
No, because you still have that concept. Because when you have, if you're doing what you're doing passionately, because everything works right, if you say, and now, it'd be nice to have a little bit of money, then you will get more work.
Okay.
But money isn't your theme. At one time I was seeing like 12 people a day, I was seeing up to about 60, 70 clients a week.
Okay.
So at that time would have been, I don't know how that works out, but that would have been thousands of pounds every week.
Yeah.
And that was really handy for me at the time. And my energy was then such, as I was much younger then, that it was working for me.
Okay.
Boom, bang, 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 just love every minute of it. And actually finishing like a 12-hour day was like coming off stage, because it was like, But I loved it, I was passionate about it, and the money was a secondary gain from what I did. I didn't get up in the morning and think, I need to see 12 people today because I need to take 1,500 quid home with me.
Okay, alright, yeah.
So I was seeing what I wanted was right in front of me, and behind the wall of what was in front of me was a reward also.
Yeah, okay.
So if you think, you're going to be in sort of that frame of mind because the frame of mind you've had in the past is that you have to do something, even if you don't like it, to achieve that reward. And then how it builds up from that, you then think, I have to do more of what I don't like to get a bigger reward. So if you take away the reward concept and just say, hey, I want to do this because I really want to do it, you'll find the rewards come with every single moment of every single day that you're doing what you're doing.
Okay.
And that's where the concept changes. That's where you have to, you can't get your head around that, you'll see it when it happens.
So it's come back to the faith thing that it's going to happen. Go with it. Or faith. Whatever you want to call it, that kind of...
It's just semantics really important.
Yeah.
Because when people say a leap of faith, that denotes like, Christ, this is going to be really hard.
Okay.
But actually it isn't, because all the energy is locked up in your chest, and as soon as you let that go, it's really easy.
Okay.
When it's all tight, nothing's going to happen. When it's all loose, everything can happen. Is that a leap of faith? No, because what I did was tap your chest to free the energy up, and then you manage to breathe and go, I'm alright. So it's not all about this, but you rely on this, you think, I've got to think about this, how am I going to make this work?
Yeah.
And your head's already got it sorted out how you're going to make it work, and it doesn't work for you emotionally.
Yeah, okay.
Because whether you like it or not, you are an emotional person.
Yeah, yeah.
See, if I want to do something, I don't find the hardest way to do it, I find the easiest way to do it. But lots of people think, I really want that, so I'll make it really difficult for myself. penalty or price for that. So if I want a house in the country, I'm really going to have to work my arse off to get it. Where I'll be going, I really want a house in the country now. Who is prepared to give me the keys?
Okay.
So you have the keys.
The end result's the same. It's just how you get there, how you achieve it.
Things don't have to be as hard ever as we make them out to be. Energy is a really, really important thing, and it's so not taken into consideration, but we use it individually every day. We know when we sit with someone, whether they're in a good mood or a bad mood. We know if they're receptive. You know with your kids. We always know about kids. We know what they're thinking and feeling without saying a word. It's the same thing. We tune into them. And in the same way, you need to tune into what you can't see, which is what is you want coming to you. And you take it. It's given to you. You take it. It's a remarkable thing. I mean,
So what about if you think you don't deserve it? Is that
you'll get that. What you think you don't deserve.
Yeah. Okay. Just thinking earlier what the girl there was saying, just kind of like when she achieves something, it's almost like it's devalued because I've achieved it. Well, I've achieved it. Well, it can't be difficult because I've achieved it. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Or it's just that I'm not worth the achievement, or I'm not good enough, or whatever I achieve isn't good enough, and so on. So it depends what script's running in our head.
So it's just, but this is what it's coming to, the constant thinking about it and just...
Always. Yeah.
Okay.
The thinking always spoils everything and anything. Everything and anything. It's no good for you. Look at kids, they don't do that. If you say to a child, like, we're going to Disneyland, and they go, oh, fantastic, and they're packing their stuff, and you go, we're not going till August. And by the time August comes around, they're not that fussed anymore.
Yeah.
Because they've already done that whole experience, you know, they have an emotion, they let the emotion go. So, detach yourself from your thinking mind and find out what you want in your heart, for you and your family, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
And it will work, because you'll be in that zone. You'll tune in, and it will tune into you, and you'll get it, you'll go, that was so easy. Because it is.
When you say it to me, I feel it from you.
Feel it is good.
You know.
Yeah.
I you know, understand it. That doesn't really matter if I understand it or not. I feel it. It's just a case of putting it into action and doing it yourself, isn't it?
Good. So begin the process. Take with you what has had a resonance with you, not what you think, what has a resonance with you, and then work with that and see where that takes you. And it will take you where you want to go. Really important, this is the most important thing ever. People never get what they want in life. That's not the law of how it works. People get what they feel they deserve. That's the law. That's really important that you'll recognise that. It never work the other way. Work with an optimist. They will have all the things in life they want. And if you say to them, you don't know how lucky you are, they go, what do you mean lucky? Why am I lucky? Because they expect nothing more than what they've got.
Okay.
And it's the same with the pessimist. You go, Jesus, I can't believe this happened yesterday and the day before you had this. And they go, well, that's my life.
Is that a law of attraction?
Yeah. Excellent attraction.
Okay. Making it sound so easy, I'm wondering why I haven't done it already.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
it's easy. And that's
I'm looking for a problem.
Mm.
There's an issue that I've got to solve in order to be able to achieve this, but there isn't.
There is.
Which is quite unnerving.
Because now you have to take responsibility for it. Because you realise, wow, it's your sole responsibility. You don't have to rely on anything else other than yourself in order to bring to you what you really want.
It was quite comfortable just blaming my mum.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what we're
it's
going to do.
calm, absolutely.
What we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
It's a pleasure. And next time I work with you, hopefully I won't have that image of you going on holiday with your wife and having a massage.
No.
She did tell me all about it.
She
But I
did,
won't
yeah.
introduce that to the group.
But that's Thailand. An Englishman in Thailand. It's just all. It's just yeah. It's just no. The boundaries get blurred. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.